everybody, I'm Mia and today I'll be talking about my quarantine TBR or to be read list. As you may or may not know, I live in New Zealand and as of yesterday we have been on lockdown in our country for 4 weeks, leaving me lots of time to do lots of reading of books on my bookshelf that I haven't read yet. So the first book in that list is Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. This book is about two boys, both named Will Grayson, whose paths intersect. This is the back. One night in Chicago, two guys, both named Will Grayson, cross paths. What follows is a terrific high-energy tale of teen love, lust, intrigue, anger, pain, and friendship. And this book is a standalone. It's the only John Green book which I haven't read yet. I've got Looking for Alaska, The Fault in Our Stars, Paper Towns, and Turtles All the Way Down all on my shelf somewhere, and I've read them all and I've loved them, so I think I'm going to love this book too. My second book on this list, which I'm quite ashamed to have not read yet, is Twilight by Stephanie Meyer, which is the first book in a series of 4 about Isabella Swan who meets a vampire named Edward Cullen, and they have a little relationship. And the other 3 books in the series are New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn, and I only got the first one from the charity shop, and if I like it then I'll buy the rest. It's also been turned into a film series, which I haven't watched either. When Isabella Swan moves to the gloomy town of Forks and meets the mysterious, alluring Edward Cullen, her life takes a thrilling and terrifying turn. With his porcelain skin, golden eyes, mesmerizing voice, and supernatural gifts, Edward is both irresistible and impenetrable. Up until now, he has managed to keep his true identity hidden, but Bella is determined to uncover his dark secret. What Bella doesn't realize is that the closer she gets to him, the more she is putting herself and those around her at risk, and it might be too late to turn back. Deeply seductive and irresistibly compelling, Twilight is an extraordinary love story that will stay with you long after you have turned the final page. My third book on my TBR list is The Host, also by Stephanie Meyer, which has also been turned into a film because this is like the film tie-in version of the book. I also bought this at a charity shop for $3, I think it was. On the back it says, Melanie Strider refuses to fade away. Our world has been invaded by an unseen enemy that takes over the minds of human hosts while leaving their bodies intact. But Wanderer, the invading soul who occupies Melanie's body, finds its former tenant refusing to relinquish possession of her mind. As Melanie fills Wanderer's thoughts with visions of Jared, a human, who has avoided invasion and lives in hiding, Wanderer begins to yearn for a man she's never met. Soon, Wanderer and Melanie, reluctant allies, set off to search for the man they both love. Featuring one of the most unusual love triangles in literature, The Host is a riveting and unforgettable novel about persistence of love and the essence of what it means to be human. Well, that sounds pretty awesome, about some person living inside another person and they both love the same person. I mean, tea. The fourth book on my quarantine TBR is Wonder by R.J. Palacio, I think. Wonder is about August Pullman, who has been born with a genetic condition causing his face to look slightly different than the average face. He is 5th grade and up until this point in his life he has been homeschooled, but his parents, who wanted him to see more of the life than just homeschool, have enrolled him into a public school where his older sister also goes. His older sister is very protective of him. Back says, My name is August. I won't describe what I look like. Whatever you're thinking is probably worse. I'm very excited to read this. It has been talked up a lot, and when I finish this I might even watch the movie as well, because this is the movie edition of the book as well. My fifth book on my lockdown quarantine TBR is Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell. This is my most recent book. I bought it 2 days ago and it was $8, brand new. I haven't read a Rainbow Rowell book before, and this is her first young adult book, and I thought it would be a good place to start, as it's also it has been on my TBR for a little while. Eleanor and Park, as you probably guess, is about Eleanor and Park meeting, falling in love. Eleanor is the new girl in town, and with her chaotic family life, her mismatched clothes and her unruly red hair, she couldn't stick out more if she tried. Park is the boy at the back of the bus. Black t-shirts, headphones, head in a book. He thinks he's made himself invisible, but not to Eleanor. Never to Eleanor. Slowly, steadily, through late-night conversations and an ever-growing stack of mixtapes, Eleanor and Park fall for each other. They fall in love the way you do the first time, when you're young, and you feel as if you have nothing and everything to lose. Very cool indeed. I have one final book on my TBR list, but it has not arrived yet. I pre-ordered it a month before it came out, and it's been like 2-3-ish weeks since the book itself came out, and it still hasn't arrived yet. I'm a bit sad about that. And well, what do you think it is, considering the majority of my books are by Cassandra Clare? Yes, you guessed it, Chain of Gold, the newest Shadowhunter book. I will try and insert a picture here. Chain of Gold is a story about the children of the characters from the Infernal Devices series, which are these 3 books: Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. So the children of these characters are featured in Chain of Gold, which is the first installment in a new trilogy called The Last Hours, with the other 2 books being Chain of Iron and Chain of Thoughts. Chain of Iron is set out to come out next year. This is the blurb which I found online. Cordelia Carstairs is a Shadowhunter, a warrior trained since childhood to battle demons. When her father is accused of a terrible crime, she and her brother travel to Edwardian London in hopes of preventing the family's ruin. Cordelia's mother wants to marry her off, but Cordelia is determined to be a hero rather than a bride. Soon Cordelia encounters childhood friends James and Lucy Herondale, and is drawn into their world of glittering ballrooms and supernatural salons, where vampires and warlocks mingle with mermaids and magicians. All the while, Cordelia must hide her secret love for James, who has sworn to marry someone else. I have been excited for Chain of Gold since I found out it was coming out, maybe about a year ago. It was notified that it was coming out, and I was so excited because I loved the Infernal Devices series. It's sort of like a spin-off, and now this waiting has just made me even more excited for it, because I've seen so many other book reviews, book videos, Instagram photos, videos, posts that I really want to look at, and I want to discuss the book with people, but my copy isn't here, and I can't discuss it because I haven't read it, obviously. Then I couldn't even get out of my library either, because when I wanted to, all the libraries closed because of COVID-19. But when it comes, you can be sure it will be at the top of my TBR. All these other books can wait. Chain of Gold is the most important book in my life at the moment. When it arrives, I will read it to my heart's content. Thank you to each and every one of you for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and comment down below about your quarantine/lockdown TBR, what country you're in and how long your lockdown's gonna last for. I hope you all have enough books to keep you occupied, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Go away, no one likes you.
I'm going to do nanny and public shopping.
I know, I heard. Goodbye. Kate, go away.